verse 12, the Lord appears to Abraham and speaks to him, telling him, leave your country, leave your father's house, or leave your family and leave your father's house, and go to a place I will show you. Are we together? That is the text I want you to consider as you answer this question. Apart from Genesis 12, in Genesis 15 or Genesis 22, you see God appearing to Abraham and spoke to him. So the question I have is, how did God communicate with these men? I have used Abraham, but there is also Enoch, there is Noah, there is Jonah, and we also have John. How did God communicate with these people? Anyone to begin the discussion or to set the ball rolling? Who can help us? I see the hand. Please, tell us, how did God communicate with our fathers? Powerful. God spoke to our fathers using what? Visions and what? And dreams. Visions and dreams. Anyone to add? So number one, God spoke to our fathers using visions and what? And dreams. Any other contribution? Okay. By the way, the one who answered vision, you are? That's the man who said God spoke to our fathers using what? Visions and dreams. Okay. So here's a question, friends. How did God communicate with our fathers? Apart from using visions and dreams. Okay? All right. Let me give you a simple one. Oh, Vayod. Yeah, you may come in, Vayod. I've seen your hand. Uh-huh. Thought inspiration. Okay. So, thank you, Vayod, because I'm coming there also. So, if we say that God spoke to our fathers through visions and dreams, the answer is very correct. But there is more to it. Like he has mentioned, that God says, I'm going to speak to you using visions and what? And dreams. But when it comes to Moses, he specifically says, I'm going to speak to him mouth to mouth. And there's another one, by the way. And we like using this one, especially when we talk about I will go. Isaiah chapter 6. You have read the story of Isaiah. We have read the story of what? Isaiah. Did God speak to Isaiah? Hello? Did God speak to Isaiah? Say yes or no. He spoke to him. What does Isaiah say? In the year King Uzziah died, what happened to him? I saw the Lord seated on his what? Throne. Then he gives a description of how, the surrounding of the throne of God. He talks about what was happening there. And then we see Isaiah, when he realized that he was actually seeing the majesty, he was seeing God himself, he begins confessing his sins. He cries out, I am undone. I am a man of unclean lips. Woe unto me. He speaks all those words. And then he hears the voice. God speaks to him and asks him, whom shall I send and who will go for us? You see that God has been speaking to man, eh? Yeah. So now, is there anyone to add? Viola, maybe you can, maybe there's a thought you want to give on that. Not yet. All right. Now, one thing we need to know as we read the Bible, brothers and sisters, there is a special way how God used to communicate with the prophets. Of course, using visions and dreams. These were the most dominant methods. But there is a way that God used to reveal himself. And when I say God revealing himself, there are words, I'm trying to avoid certain words. There are words like, a word like theophany. What did I say? Theophany. Now, theophany, the word theo is the Greek word for God, coming from the word theos. Then the other word that says phany or ophany, it is a word that talks about